Topeka, Kansas, 1951, Linda Brown was forced to travel to a faraway all-black school, despite living closer to a white elementary school.
Linda Brown lived steps away from her school, but because it was an all-white school, she wasn't allowed to attend.
And when September came, they took their school books in hand and walked 4 blocks from home to an all-white school. But it was very different for me being a black child.
This led to her father, Oliver Brown, to make a change. Him and 12 other families decided to make a legal case to fight the injustice.
At the time, segregation was legal in the United States under the belief of separate but equal. But in reality, black schools were often overcrowded, underfunded, and poorly equipped.
The lead lawyer was Thurgood Marshall, who was a tall, middle-aged man who brought new evidence to the case. A crucial piece of evidence was the doll test.
The doll test is an experiment conducted by psychologist Dr. Kenneth and Dr. Clark. The purpose of this experiment was to study the psychological effects of segregation on black children. The results were significant psychological damage, which Marshall used as testimony in the case.
May 17, 1954. Tension was high, and the 9 justices were seated. And Chief Justice Earl Warren begins to clear his throat.
It was a unanimous decision, 9-0, ruling in favor of ending school segregation.
But change rarely comes quietly.
The white population are determined to prevent colored students from going to the school their own children attend.
Segregation didn't end overnight. Resistance from the South was intense.
Do you feel it's worth it going through this?
Yes, I do.
The children of Little Rock became symbols of the court ruling. Their presence showed what education was supposed to be.
You know, if you think about it, black athletes got more opportunities. They got into better schools, better funding, and more visibility. I wonder how this change affected them.
7-foot, quarter-inch Lou Alcindor, 15-year-old sophomore at New York's Power Memorial Academy, who reminds everybody of Wilt Chamberlain.
For African American students, integrated classrooms means better resources, education, equipment, and real opportunity.
In New York, a young man enters a system that can finally recognize his talent. That man was Louis Alcindor, known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Here he is, Lou Alcindor, 7 feet 1 3/8 literally the biggest attraction in collegiate basketball.
Brown v. Board of Education reformed the legal system, the educational system, but it also had an effect on the sports industry, with black student athletes now having better resources, education, and better opportunities.